What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrubae here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am, and today, ladies and gentlemen, I've got a pretty wild story for y'all. Apparently in North Carolina, they put a 6-year-old on trial in front of a judge by himself. And were accusing him of like crimes and stuff. But the crime he was committed or like charged with was stealing a flower bulb while waiting for the school bus. Yeah, that's right, bro. This is just one of those things where the entire article makes you go, what the hell? So I figured we could talk about it, and without further ado, let's get into it.
It's not good. Nice rack in her ass Brazilian. Just turned 21, but my bank's a million. Swear I'm a little drunk, but it's a...
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm gonna be honest with you. Most news articles at this point, like, it takes a lot to get a reaction out of me, but this one, the title actually made me rub my eyes and check again just to make sure I read it right. North Carolina sends 6-year-olds to court. Why some say it's time for a change. Bro, putting a 6-year-old on trial, homie's gonna be sitting there picking his nose, eating his boogers in front of the judge, like, I don't know where my mom is. Judge is gonna be like, where were you on the night of the 15th, dude? Like, I'm not saying that 6-year-olds can't do bad things and should never be held accountable. I just don't really know if, like, a courtroom is the best place to put a 6-year-old by himself to, like, get anything productive done. The 6-year-old dangled his legs above the floor as he sat at the table with his defense attorney before a North Carolina judge. He was accused of picking a tulip from a yard at his bus stop, and his attorney, Julie Boyer, said he was on trial in juvenile court for injury to real property. The boy's attention span was too short to follow the proceedings because it's a 6-year-old, so she handed him crayons and a coloring book and asked him to color a picture, so he did. Yeah, dude, I don't know who was the genius that thought a 6-year-old would have the patience to sit through a trial about him taking a flower, dude. I guarantee you, when that kid was sitting at the bus stop and decided to take the flower, his thought process was something along the lines of like, ooh, pretty flower, I'll give it to my teacher or my crush. Like, I guarantee you the little 6-year-old wasn't sitting there devilishly rubbing his hands together like, yes, my ultimate plan is to commit injury to real property. The fact that the property owner went through with prosecuting a 6-year-old for picking a flower means that they should be the ones in court getting yelled at, bro. What is wrong with you, dude? That's the most Karen move possible. You also gotta love the fact that, like, taxpayer money runs the courts, right? You know, like, they take money out of my paycheck, your parents' paycheck, your grandpa's paycheck, and what does it go to? Apparently running an entire courtroom where 6-year-olds are coloring books, literally coloring books, while judges just sit there not knowing what to do. What are you gonna do to a 6-year-old? Put, like, injury to real property on his permanent record and make him a juvenile delinquent at the age of 6 years old for picking a flower? Like, okay, I understand that there's definitely things a 6-year-old can do that are awful, but this is not one of those things, dude. Homie picked flowers, like literally a tulip. Not even a bundle of tulips. And listen, I know tulips are expensive flowers or whatever. Somebody in the comments gonna be like, Ryan, tulips can be up to $74. Okay, you shouldn't put a 6-year-old on trial over $74, bro. Make his mom pay for it or whatever and move on. He didn't know it, but no matter what the judge decided, the experience could change the boy's life. Experts say from how he sees the court system to increasing his chance of getting in trouble again to being sent to alternative school. Boyer and others say children that age don't have the mental capacity to understand the juvenile justice process and its consequences, and they can't make informed decisions like whether to talk to police and what to tell them, whether to go to trial or whether to admit the accusations against them, which are called complaints. The NC Juvenile Justice Section, part of the Department of Public Safety, requires parents' involvement, but the accused child is the defendant and is expected to assist in his or her defense. Should a child that believes in Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, and the Tooth Fairy be making life-altering decisions? Asked New Hanover County Chief Justice Judge. Oh my gosh, that's a title, bro. Jay Corpening. New Hanover County Chief District Court Judge. I mean, obviously, a 6-year-old does not have the mental capacity to understand whether to admit he's guilty or go to trial, bro. I'm gonna be honest, when I was 6 years old, if somebody would have told me that, like, if I just admit to it, I wouldn't have to deal with it anymore, or, like, I could go to trial in front of a judge, have to get a lawyer, represent myself in my defense, I probably would have just said I did it, whether or not I did. Or, you know, when you're a little kid and you're horrified, maybe you just lie, even if you did it. Like, I don't think 6-year-olds really do have the ability to be like, aha, I understand the consequences of the legal system and the complexities of its, like, you know, guilty, not guilty system, bro. Not to mention, Who is judging a 6-year-old, bro? I'm sorry. If they pulled me up for jury duty and the person I was gonna have to be, like, potentially convicting of a crime was a 6-year-old, I don't know if I could do it, bro. Especially if it's for, like, picking flowers. Are you, what? Well, I just don't think 6-year-old can handle it. No duh, bro. And it is a good point talking about, like, how they're probably gonna hate the justice system forever after this because, yeah, when you're 6 and a judge is, like, banging a hammer on the table, calling you guilty, calling you a criminal, it probably doesn't leave a good taste in your mouth, you know? You ever had something that's, like, supposed to be okay, but the aftertaste is awful and you just don't want to deal with it anymore? That's probably exactly what this situation is gonna lead to, bro. Yeah, you know, I would trust the justice system, but when I was 6, they sent me to juvie for 5 months because I picked some flowers in front of the bus stop. You guys know how it is. A 6-year-old cannot comprehend what is taking place in court, but probably will never forget being labeled a delinquent, DeBerry wrote in an email. If the state makes a change, it would be the second major adjustment in recent years. On December 1st, 2019, North Carolina raised the end at the other end of the juvenile spectrum to include 16 and 17-year-olds facing misdemeanors and low-level felony complaints. In its first year, the law allowed 4,300 teens to go through the juvenile system with Shields records and offers rehabilitations and other services. Yeah, bro, you know, I do not think it's probably a good idea to be giving every 16 and 17-year-old accused of a crime like a felony record, you know. I think obviously certain crimes definitely should be. There's no debate there, all right? I'm not saying murderers should be let go or whatever. But I don't know, definitely a 6-year-old should not be standing trial in court. You know what I mean? Like that is where I'm definitely gonna say this is ridiculous. Listen here, little Timmy. Do you know the consequences of your action? Injury to real property is a serious thing. The housing values of the property and real estate market around the area due to your destruction of property could have been affected. Do you know what any of this is that I'm saying means? And he's literally coloring a coloring book, bro. Homie could not pay attention at his own court case long enough to not need to color, and everybody just let it go on. And what really pisses me off about it is, like, A, yeah, this is stupid. This should never be happening. But B, dude, like, they're wasting taxpayer money on this instead of, you know, housing homeless people or, like, feeding hungry kids. Nah, let's just put a 6-year-old on trial with that money instead. That's a way better use of our money and time. Don't we have, like, an overcrowded justice system as it is, and we're, like, using judges to just have to sit there and basically babysit court cases because kids are getting accused of crimes? The 6-year-old accused of picking the tulip ended up before a judge because his mother couldn't make the intake meeting, and once the judge realized what was happening, he dismissed the case, Boyer said. It's a common resolution with the youngest children, the attorney said, pointing out another reason to keep children out of the system. He gets served with papers, his mom gets served with papers. It's just appalling. Other cases have involved young children who have broken windows at the construction site with older friends and stood on a chair and thrown a pencil at a teacher. You ever just be sitting there vibing in the courtroom for throwing a pencil at your teacher? Like, I'm not saying the kids aren't doing bad things. Obviously, they need to be held responsible for breaking a window at a construction site or, you know, throwing a pencil at a teacher. Sorry, I started laughing. Oh no, I tried to stop it. But I don't necessarily know if, like, serving them with papers, making them labeled as a juvenile delinquent for the rest of their childhood is the best way to handle it, dude. Like, a 6-year-old, you know, there's totally a difference when you're 16, 17. At that point, you're almost an adult. You're aware of right and wrong, you know. But, like, a 6-year-old, bro, a 6-year-old watching Backyardigans Yo Gabba Gabba on the weekends type flow, and you're gonna be like, yeah, little Timmy, yeah, you know, Dora might be still teaching you your colors and shapes, but you're a felon. That's just the way it is, kid. Good luck getting a J.O.B. Honestly, dude, this is just one of those things that I just, what the hell, bro? Are we really going to be putting 6-year-olds on trial for stealing flowers? And for the person who pressed charges on him in the first place and charged him with the crime for picking flowers, shame on you, dog. It's a 6-year-old. Get over yourself. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, I would really appreciate you taking a quick second to press the like button. Let me know in the comments section down below what you thought of the video. It really does help me out quite a bit, and it's mucho appreciated. Other than that, if you guys want more content, you can always check out the podcast, The Scuffed Cast. A link to that can be found down below in the description, along with the link to the intro song if you found that enjoyable. And last but certainly not least, I gotta give a shout out to all the members on the channel. If you become a member here, you get a shout out at the end of every single video, and it's much appreciated. So without further ado, big shout out to Lisa Newhart, Blurstweeb, Monkey Man, and Tog Angry Dot, Because Awesome Gaming, The Gore King, Is King, Jake Magic, Amanda Dickens, Burnt Toast, Ansel Tom, Toasty, Robert, oh man, I can't do that, Zomierski. Sorry, Robert, my bad. John Parsley, Sam Brony, Cannibal Kitten, Jay Green, Locabula, Dusk Nerd, Chirpy, Yeet Fortnite, Christian, Candy Rose, Caveman, Fruit Zeus, Ultra Radish, Raymond Gloria, Pepe the Gamer, Bullseye Ben, Michael Harris, Cyrus, Flofty, Kanye, Weiro, Lackey, Caden, Carrot, Calvin, Kinsta, Random Bot Bro, Zach Bauman, Niece Duts, Kim, Dashy Boy, DJ Legend, Alex, Typical Panda, Prologue, Aaron Love Scrubs, William Dubois, Mackenzie, Rosento, Gio Benedicti, Brandon Groves, Flawed Phoenix, Dylan Baker, Sebastian Bees, Johnny Dude, Cosmic Ramen, Fabulously Terrifying, Chandler Lewis, Ryuki, and Why So Blurry. Thank you all so much for being members. It is much, much appreciated. And yeah, on that note, hopefully I'll see you guys all next time with another video. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace. Oh, and buy my merch. Just link down there.